Yay, it worked. Hello. So sorry about that. Can you hear me? Okay. Yes, I'm in my car. That was so embarrassing. Oh, wait, I gotta remember where to look. Okay, I gotta look at the camera. I am so sorry about that. Is anyone here yet? Were you at the last live show, which ended abruptly and was super embarrassing? I hope you can hear me. Yay, I can see people. Okay. I'm not used to the phone format. I had to go to my car. Well, because it's too windy out, you wouldn't be able to hear me, and my phone needed to charge. My boyfriend was making lots and lots of noise. He had a lot of groceries that needed to be put away. He didn't know where to put them. And he just missed my text message saying, to leave me alone a little bit. But oh well. It's really, I mean, I'm considering deleting the last one, but I'm just going to leave it up because it's sort of funny. It's very honest, it's very real, and it happened, and feel free to laugh. Okay, so thank you. Destiny said, I look good today. Thank you. That's so nice. Okay, everybody can hear me okay. I don't have my usual microphone, so I need a confirmation that everyone can hear me. Am I talking okay? And then we'll start to answer. Yes, okay, thank you. Okay, let's answer some questions. Who wants to ask the first question? Mac is asking me a question. How do I pause it? I ignored my specific person after he ignored my message. Okay. He tried to approach me a few years ago, but I felt so insecure. This was before I knew about the law of attraction. Okay, now there's a third party and he lives in a different city. What do I do? Oh, well, you can attract him. But you can't feel insecure. So think about what you would do now if you were having the same opportunities you had then. For example, um, think about what it's like to be really desired, what it's like to have someone really be into you, mutually want to be with you, what that would feel like. You may not even fully know. A lot of people have had failed relationships and don't really know what it's like to have that mutual love. You can look to movies for examples of mutual love. I mean, movies love to have, these twists and turns, and then they come together with this grand display of love. And you could use a movie as an example. And you may say, well, Veronica, it always only happens in the movies, but that's not true. Like your life can be a movie moment. But I want you to imagine being with this person. It doesn't matter if he lives in a different city. It doesn't matter if there's a third party. Like, let's write a fairy tale ending. Let's write a story about what happened before. He ignored you, you ignored him. He approached you, you were feeling insecure, and then years later, or I don't know if it's been years later. I just sort of added that. It hasn't been years later. But later, you come together and then you're married and you have children and everything is lovely. Like, let's write a story. And you can even do this. You can write a story where you are a character and your specific person is a character and you fix everything. Like you say, well, it was like this, and then you could just, imagine a conclusion. Like, and you don't be attached to it having to resolve in this way, and don't even think you have to think of a resolution. Like you could just cut to 5 years later and suddenly you're together. But it's fun to script things and to write things and to come up with creative ways of how things can happen, how things can resolve, how things can come together. So don't be afraid to think above and beyond. And like I said, use a movie as an example because things that happen in the movies are crazy. The king is here? What does that mean? Is Elvis here? I didn't know he was a subscriber of mine. I don't know. Let me open up a window. I'm actually kind of warm. It's Catherine again. Hi, Catherine. My ex broke up with me because his ex is back in the picture, and now she's claiming she's pregnant. Can I manifest her away? Yes, you can. I just need a crack of the window. You can, absolutely. Let me go back to the question because I forgot it already. Okay, so you were dumped. That's not good. And now there's a third party in the picture who's claiming she is pregnant. Okay. Well, we do not want to think about this third party and think about this pregnancy at all. Like, no. We want to think about actually before the breakup, what it was like to be wanted, to be needed by your specific person, by your ex. What would it be like to be in a relationship where this person wants you more than anyone else? More than this other person who's back in the picture. Like, who cares? Like, you're better. Like, in fact, this other person showing up is only showing your specific person why you are better and why, your specific person really wants to be with you and not this other person who is suddenly now pregnant. Um, you want to try to extract all of the drama out of a situation and get to the heart of the story. Like, how do we want this story to conclude? Now, I know it's your life and I know there's lots of emotions involved, but you want to write an ending, a conclusion to, how you want your life ideally to be. And it doesn't necessarily have to end up happening in that exact way, but the trick to it is that you're cutting through all the crap and that you are writing a conclusion which is happy, which is where you are the winner, you are the succeeder, you are the one, the victor. Instead of writing the story where you're the victim, like you hear a story where, you're trying to get back with, someone's trying to get back with their ex, but now that person's ex is now in the picture and she is pregnant, and wow, that sounds almost like the person who is at the heart of the story is the victim. And we want to stop being the victim. Like, even if your current circumstances show that you are a victim, you want to take the higher road. You want to see things as resolving in the craziest of possible of ways. Like, I've had crazy situations happen to me that have resolved. But it always resolved through determination on my part, not necessarily positivity. So there were plenty of situations that I was in where I was crying, where I, didn't feel good all the time, but I had a determination. I had a fire within me. And that is the important part. Oh, let's take more questions. Gracie said bye. Okay. There's people walking around this park too. Maybe some of them will wave. I don't know. Okay, let's see. Someone said I was dating someone. Okay, let me get this. Sorry, my hand. Where did it go? I was dating someone. Here we go. I was dating someone and then we decided to be friends. Okay. But I'm falling in love with him. How do I get back with the romance? I don't think I read that right. Oh wait, you decided to be friends, but I'm falling in love with, okay, I understand it now. Okay, so you agreed to just be friends, but you now have decided that you want that love, that good stuff. And I think that, well, the way you change someone's mind to get out of being friends, to get to a romantic place, is you have to see yourself as the romantic partner. You have to embody the romantic partner, not the friend who is being dumped all over because they're only being seen as a friend. Now, it's good to be friends. Like, friendship is the best foundation of a love relationship. But in order to make that transition to the romance, you have to first see yourself as desirable in a romantic way. You have to see yourself as being capable of having someone devote themselves romantically to you. You have to see yourself as being capable of being loved, adored, cherished, whatever romance looks like to you. It looks different to everyone else. Like, romance to me, what does romance look like to me? I don't even know. You get live on YouTube and you go blank. What do I like romantically? I like sweet gestures. I don't have to have gifts bought for me, but I like someone to be considerate and thoughtful of my needs. Someone to appreciate my cats. That's a very romantic thing to me. Um, but I mean, your idea of romance could be anything. And I would really script your idea of romance and then I would proclaim it. I would wake up every single morning and say, I am able to have someone do this for me. And we're speaking about your specific person, but we're not naming them specifically because we're trying to release resistance. Because when you specifically proclaim, this person will do this, then that voice comes in and says, well, they can't, they're not capable of it because of this reason, that reason, blah, 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 blah. But if you can just say, I deserve these things because these are the things I want, this is my idea of romance, then you can cut through all of that resistance, welcome it in for yourself from anyone, including this person, and you've cut through. You've cut through all the resistance. And I'm trying to adjust this camera. I have to hold it up. Can you still hear me? I hope so. Hey, Veronica. Gotta get back to that one. Okay. Oh, Porcelain Coyote. That is a really interesting name. Hey, Veronica. How wait, no. Do you, hey, Veronica, got it. How would I be able to get my specific person to start having an interest in me as he told me he has no interest in me and blocked me? Okay. So you want someone to change their mind and kind of eat their words, regret their words. I've seen this happen in my own life on a number of occasions with different specific people. I know that it is possible to have someone reject you and then change their mind and feel silly that they ever rejected you in the first place, or feel bad that they ever treated you like crap or made you feel not good. Like, you can have someone completely change their opinion of you. How does this happen? It's the $1,000,000 question. I did this through first embracing self-love. So it wasn't about forcing the person to change. It was about changing the way I identified me. So I stopped seeing myself as garbage. I mean, I know that sounds really extreme, but I saw myself as like a piece of trash that could be discarded at any moment. That's who I was to me. And that was very poor. Even when I began to love myself a little bit more, I still didn't think I could be mutually loved. Like, I always thought that I would love someone, and the people who would love me were people who were less than my standard. Almost like I would have to settle for less. But it's not true at all. Like, you can have someone change their opinion of you. And I realize I went off on a little bit of a tangent. But it really starts by stop repeating on a broken record the things they have said to reject you. So the way I turned it around was by kind of omitting the rejection, because when you've been rejected, you tend to replay that and cry and replay that, especially if they've sent you like a rejection text or email or letter, actually physically written out a letter. Like, you tend to read that. I mean, before I knew about the law of attraction, I would read that and cry and cry. And I would spend like hours doing this. I didn't know why. I just was holding on to the last part of them, and that was the last thing the person said to me. And I got plenty of rejection letters. Oh my goodness. And I was able to turn them around and have the person say the exact opposite. So it started by first omitting the rejection and that instant replay in your mind, like over and over and over again. Stop. And when you first stop it, like, you can't immediately get to the good stuff. Like, you can't immediately imagine them saying the opposite because it just feels too weird. It feels too unrealistic. It feels too out of character. It just feels like you are forcing them to do something they don't want to do. So you don't want to immediately replace it if it feels weird, like it did to me. So what I first did was I omitted the rejection, what they said they didn't like about me. I had someone one time criticize the way I dressed, the shoes I wore, my color hair, pretty much anything. And, I could either dwell in that and imagine that that was that person's permanent opinion of me, or I could, make them regret their words and have them be sorry that they ever did that to me. Now, I've done this on numerous occasions with different people. I'm obviously only with one of them, so I rejected many, which is a really good feeling. It's a good feeling to be in a place of power. But what you will find is that when you start omitting that stuff, and be really careful to omit the rejection, especially if you were playing a rejection from a person who rejected you years before or just in the past that you don't currently want to be with. We tend to do this. We tend to get in a victim mode so much when we're being currently rejected by our specific person that we will replay rejections from the past of other people who have rejected us over and over and over and over again. You have to omit it all. Be ready to release it all. And I released every single one of them because I said, why am I replaying this? Why am I using my time to remember these things? What is that serving me? It's serving, no purpose, no good. So the way I broke through, and, unfortunately, as humans, sometimes we forget this and then we have to do it again with another person. But the formula is basically, stopping the replay of the yuckiness, the rejection, and then kind of going blank a little bit, and then implementing positive ideas. And they basically start with knowing what I'm worth, knowing what I deserve. I deserve someone to love the way I dress, someone to love my interests, love who I am, love my personality, love me, love what I am and what I'm not. And I don't have to be anything special for anyone. All I have to do is be me. And it comes by first embracing these things about yourself, and then finally to, script and visualize the person actually saying these things. But it has to feel real. It has to feel authentic. It can't feel like a lie. So go slow. Start small, but it can be done. I had another question. I wanted to answer Porcelain Coyote's question because I thought that was so interesting, but I think I lost it. Porcelain Coyote, you can email me. I really like the name. Okay, let me see if I can find better lighting. I'm in my car. Oh, yeah, you can see my face. Kind of see my face and my hair. Okay. That way I don't have to rest. My hand was getting tired. Swathi Uni. Hey, Veronica, can we really manifest anything and everything we want? Yes. Why not? What's stopping you but you? It feels like it's actually blurry a little bit. Am I blurry? Maybe not. I think I missed that question. How does it come back up? Oh, here it comes. Even if this specific person has said he wants nothing to do with me, no feelings for me. Yes. That specific person can also suddenly want you and suddenly want to be with you, but you don't think of it as forcing them or trying to change them. You let them arrive at these conclusions in their own timing, and it starts with your idea of you. And you have to, as I said in the however long I was going off on that tangent for, it starts with your opinion of you, and omitting these yucky words, like the fact that he said he has no feelings for you and wants nothing to do with you. How many times have you replayed that? How many times have you felt just pure peace and love about this person? I think it was a he. I hope I got it right. I tend to forget genders when I start talking, so if I ever get a gender wrong, I'm sorry. It wasn't done on purpose. Let me find a new question. I want to answer something else we haven't addressed yet. Is it true your instinct can tell you who your soulmate is? As it came out of the blue for me meditating, and I've known him for years and this one's interesting, never realized he's my type. Now, this is interesting. I want to address this question because there's like a lot of things that I can say about this. Okay. First of all, Porcelain Coyote asked something. Okay, I'm totally going to miss it again. I'm sorry. You might have to email it to me. Oh, darn it. I just missed that other question. Really? Let's hope I can remember the soulmate question. It's much easier on my computer. I don't know what happened to the soulmate question. Well, I'm going to try to do it by memory. Okay. So I think that anyone can be a soulmate. I do not think that there is only one soulmate for you, because I think that's just so limiting, and it's scary because then, you're wondering, am I with my soulmate? Am I with the person that I'm supposed to be with? It causes this constant indecision and sort of a feeling of that there could potentially be someone else. And instead of sort of living in the moment and realizing anyone can be your soulmate. At least that's my opinion. Again, other people might think there's only one soulmate. In my opinion, I can have as many soulmates as I want. In fact, all of you can be my soulmates too. Cats can be my soulmates. Everybody, anybody I can connect with. Okay, but back to the question. I think it's interesting that you were meditating and that you suddenly were attracted to someone who you hadn't been attracted to before. This is really interesting because we're almost addressing the question from the opposite way, because this person is suddenly attracted to someone who they never found attractive before. So did this person suddenly feel or suddenly release resistance around you? Maybe this person has liked you for a while and they suddenly, either consciously or unconsciously, probably unconsciously, released resistance around you being able to be attracted to them and see them as your soulmate. So it's actually really exciting. This idea of you suddenly seeing this person in a new way and considering them as an option for your soulmate. Like, that's really, really cool. I would embrace that, and I would assume that something changed from within them to have you suddenly change in that way. Of course, it feels like free will to you. It feels like it came from your own decision as you were meditating. But, something changed, something shifted, and I would pursue it, enjoy it. I hope I got the question right. In any case, my interpretation of the question was at least kind of interesting. Let me see if I can find porcelain coyote. Uh, hmm. I see a question from Mia Sarah. Isn't that an actress from Ferris Bueller's Day Off? I don't think that is the same Mia Sarah, though, but let's answer this one. Unless I'm getting the name wrong. But I'm pretty sure that was Mia Sarah. Okay. I guess, yeah, someone with the same name watches my show. Or maybe it is the same one from Ferris Bueller's Day Off. In any case, I'm going to answer this. Hi, so me and my specific person have been making so much progress. Talking and calling, that's good. How can I move from a friendship to a relationship, even though he rejected me? I ignored it because I know he loves me. It's good that you ignored it. It's good to not react to the current reality that you do not prefer. Now, you never want to create resistance. So there's always that time period, as something is brewing, reality is changing. So you never want to react and cause resistance to the current moment. You just want to embrace it with all of its flaws, all of its imperfections. You want to ignore it, but not to the point of feeling delusional. You want to just let it kind of do its thing so it can shift and change to the reality you prefer. Everything is possible. I think a lot of the things you asked actually I've already addressed, but I think that, write that story. I intend for Mia Sarah, I remember the name, to be with her specific person. They're suddenly in a love romantic relationship where they're so madly attracted to one another that they cannot keep their hands off of each other. And all of their friends and family members are kind of disgusted at all of the public displays of affection that is going on. So that's my intention. I like that idea. I like that thought. So I'm intending that for you. Okay. I'm going to try to find porcelain coyote again. I keep losing it. I am sorry. I know I'm probably driving everyone crazy. Maybe I could answer this question. Ooh, oh, I like these emojis. Okay, porcelain coyote, you're going to have to email it to me because I do not see it, and I will make it at the start of my next live show. But I like the sassy R. I love all the hearts, and I love all the cats. How to break a pattern. I attract men who say they love me and then back off and disappear. I want my specific person to stay and commit to me, but he seems to have decided he doesn't want me. Okay, so let's write a story. Sassy R has suddenly broken the pattern. Sassy R wakes up tomorrow morning with a new feeling of empowerment, something she's never felt before. It just overcomes her, as if a wave of strength has found her, and she feels completely different, even though nothing around her seems to have changed. She feels the change from within like a lightning bolt, like it came from an outer source, but it didn't. It was within her all the time. She just discovered it. And she discovered the knowing that this pattern would break. And Sassy R went about her day in a new way, knowing that she was free from the old pattern of rejection where the guy says they love her and then suddenly goes away. Like, that was no longer her pattern. In fact, guys that previously had done that to her suddenly appeared, like with flowers at her door. In addition, her specific person suddenly said how wrong he has been. I'm assuming it's a he. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. How wrong he has been, and showers her with everything above and beyond her wildest dreams, things she never thought she could have before. But that day she woke up, she suddenly felt the strength and empowerment. And then she emails me and says, it worked. So this could be any of your stories. the story that I just described of this feeling of strength, you just suddenly possess it, but you've always possessed it. It's just the awareness that suddenly it's who you are, because you are the perfect version of you who can attract anything, who can have that ideal relationship, that perfect sum of money. Where I was talking about relationship with money earlier, and I was blubbering because my boyfriend was in the next room doing things in the cabinets that was distracting me. But you can have money, you can have that ideal body, you can transform yourself. I even believe you could like change your eye color if you really wanted to. I mean, anything is possible. But you have to have an awareness of that strength within you. Okay. You should attract a nicer car. You know what? I'm actually really proud of my car. It was a huge upgrade from my last car. So I'm totally fine with it. It's actually quite an expensive car. I don't like leather. If you're judging it by the fact that it's not leather, I would never have a leather interior because I do not believe in harming animals for what I sit on. I'm very anti-leather. I will not wear leather gloves, leather shoes, no leather. Thank you. Someone else in my car was great. I think it is. Oh, someone said help. Jasmine said help. Okay. I was gonna stop, but I don't know. I saw help. So, and there's lots of flowers and I have to answer it. How should I deal with the fear of my specific person meeting someone else before we have a chance to meet? He doesn't even know me, and it's been a pattern in past relationships. Well, I think the story I gave about Sassy R suddenly breaking that pattern would definitely apply to you as well. In addition, I would try to tell the story that even if he was to meet someone else in the meantime, and again, this is releasing resistance, even if he was to meet someone else in the meantime, it wouldn't feel right. Like he would know there was something off, there was something wrong about it. Even if he started a relationship with someone else, that he would quickly end it. And it's almost like him sowing, his wild oats before being able to be with you. So why would there be any fear in him meeting someone else? Like it would only help you. It would only help him be with you faster. So we've sort of released the resistance. Not that you want him to meet someone else, not that you want this to be a pattern of before, but it's no longer threatening because it doesn't matter. Because either way, whether he does or he doesn't, you still get to be with him, live happily ever after. It doesn't matter if you haven't met him yet. You can end up with one another and feel like you're the perfect people for one another. So not only is he your perfect person, but you are his perfect person. Please make a guided meditation, please. I'm actually working on one. I had a suggestion from someone and I really liked it, and I'm going to dedicate it to him as well. And it is a great guided meditation out in nature, welcoming in love and abundance and all those beautiful things. So do look forward to that. I think that's it. I'm Veronica. I hope you enjoyed this. I am sorry for the sporadic nature of it, and I hope you get some laughs out of part one, the ending of part one, when I didn't really even know what to do. And I will do live sessions from my car from now on. And I do love my car. Whoever said that I needed to manifest a better car. I mean, I'm always open to manifesting a better one, but I do love this one. How many times a day would you do a specific person meditation? I wouldn't even plan to do it every day because that's like saying that it's going to take a certain amount of time before it actually works. You want to feel like it could work at any moment. So don't plan ahead, just do it whenever it feels good. Maybe you do it one time, in a day. Maybe you skip it for 5 days. Maybe another day you do it 3 times in a row. Do whatever feels right. Live in the moment though, but feel like any moment could be the moment of breakthrough. And remember, the second you attract your specific person, you're no longer listening to that meditation. So also listen to other things too. Live in the end result. Okay. VeronicaIsles@gmail.com. Email me, Porcelain Coyote, and anyone else who wants to email me. Do subscribe to my channel. Help me get to 100,000. I hit 74,000 earlier today. Thank you to everyone who subscribed. I decided to give away 100 free combination of ebooks and coaching once I hit 100,000. So help me get there, and then I'm going to do a live video on the day I get there. And I'm going to offer 100 free combination of ebooks and coaching, like Skypes, texts, emails, all of it. 100 to the first 100 people who email me on that day when I hit 100,000, because it's going to happen. And I want it to happen really fast. So if you want something really fast, subscribe, help me get there. And because it's you that will help me get there. I can't do it. I can't like subscribe to myself. I tried and they don't let you. VeronicaIsles.com if you want to do some one-on-one coaching with me. I'm happy to guide you through the process. I do have a very high success rate, but it's again, it's up to you. Like you have to do the work. I can provide you with the tools that have worked for me in my own life, but it's up to you to do it. What else do I want to say? Download my Affirmations app for iPhone. Will be coming soon for Android as well. I'm not a programmer, so not really in control of that. But I love Android. I have an Android, so I'm an Android lover. I have an iPhone now too, but I am at heart an Android user, so I want it to be available for all the people who have Androids. Okay. Padme says, thank you for watching her at part 1 and the other one. Thank you, Stephanie Lowry. Okay. Have a good day. Oh, a call is coming through. That is really weird that a call could come through at the same time that I'm doing a live show. You would think that the live show would supersede the call. I didn't answer it. Okay, how do I turn this off? Bye.